What's up, y'all? We're at Big Fam Music Festival out here in Michigan. It is my first time at this festival and I'm working it. I'm working with ADA, with some friends, and I'm just so excited to dive into this weekend to a new festival, get some wubs, camp, and close out festival season, kind of. So, good morning. I ended up sleeping in the car because my tent is so close to the road here, and I don't know if I'm being paranoid, but I felt a little bit unsafe just because there's cars speeding back and forth, and I was like, I don't want to get hit. But I might sleep in the tent tonight. We'll see. All my stuff's in the tent besides my sleeping stuff, so I have to go in there to get ready for the day. I need to go get breakfast because I get fed 3 meals a day by working staff. So let's get going. So here I am in my little booth, ADA check-in. I'm already learning how much time and effort really goes in behind the scenes of creating a festival like this, and I'm only on one little team. Basically, if a patron lets us know in advance that they have a need for mobility assistance, then they can text or call the number that's on the thing, and it actually gets forwarded to whoever is on shift already, and then we go pick them up on the golf cart. I don't have a golf cart or a walkie-talkie yet, so things are a little bit, they're ironing out the details, but I'm staff, y'all. I'm actually staff. I feel like I've been speaking this kind of thing into the universe for a long time, so I'm just really happy to be here. I'm excited to be a part of something bigger and help out this weekend, so vibes are high already. Wait, are we keeping the lights though? Yeah. Okay, so we are on shift, but for some entertainment, Soulshine here brought all her art supplies. So we're gonna paint and draw and hang out. Okay, fit check. My staff shirt.
We're still thriving. I think the rapture is still not arriving.
That was good.
What did that happen? And that was.
So apparently last year nobody could actually find the water stations. I'm gonna try and do this one-handed while I talk. And so they put these giant blue balls and lights by the free water stations. crazy because it is so dark and it is only 8:30. Apparently there's supposed to be a meteor shower at 9. I don't know how true that is. We'll see. We'll see what we see. I know I said it's really dark and it doesn't seem like it, but I'm walking by a booth. It's very dark out. Hopefully we see some stars tonight. As soon as the sun goes down, the wooks come out at night, I swear. No way. The spider web across the whole crowd. Ooh, sorry. Look at the spider web. Can you see it? Oh my God. Oh, it's really happening. Oh God, I'm stuck. Oh no. Definitely stuck in that spider web. Good thing we didn't put on all the extra clothes. This is a caramel chai tea latte in the middle of the forest at this tea party. This is amazing. I'm literally having a caramel chai tea latte.
I think that guy's fucked up because he didn't like it at all.
He didn't like it? Aw. It's so squishy. It's crazy to be at eye level with the lasers. You're like, okay, the lasers are just like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, day 2. I pretty much just rolled out of bed. Had to get my breakfast before going on to shift. It is almost 10 a.m. when my shift starts. Literally just rolled out of bed. Got this cute witch hat last night though, so exciting. Chloe, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic.
So I finally took a shower. The showers were free for everyone, which was really nice. At first I was told they were $10, but I think they were maybe just trying to discourage people from going over there. I don't know where that mix-up information was. But I feel so refreshed and rejuvenated. I'm gonna just put a little makeup on. I already have my jewels on. And just kind of get ready for the night because I think once I'm in there, I'm not coming back to camp, or at least the plan is not to come back to camp for the rest of the night. I have an early morning tomorrow. I don't get to stay for Sunday, but it's been an amazing weekend so far and I can't wait to finish out strong. So we got a long night ahead of us, so let's go. So mad shout out to all my homies from a long time ago. Everyone say hey if you want to be in the video. Yo, so we're about to move this couch. They literally bring this to the main stage, so we're on a mission.
Go right. You want to go that way and do it? Yeah, that's the quicker right.
We have the dopest setup. And I'm upset I didn't do an outfit of the day for y'all. It was cute, it was cute. Just know it was cute. Homies!
Left ankle. And make sure you're stretching. Make sure you're drinking water, staying hydrated, amidst anything else. You know, always drink water. It's the most important thing. H2O. Feel hydrated.
I am, in fact, sad to be packing up and getting ready to bounce, but it's been a wonderful weekend. The weekend definitely flew by, even working 2 different 5-hour shifts. It actually flew by just even sitting in the booth and chilling. It's because I'm surrounded by good people, so the time flew. I'm sad to be leaving and packing up, but I'm excited to do the full breakdown and review of the fest when I get home, so stay tuned.
We're the best.
We're the coolest 88 team in the world.
All right, quick rundown of Big Fam Festival, working it, being staff. I have no notes. I'm going to try and keep this brief. I'm just going off the top of my head of what really stood out from the weekend. First of all, getting there early on Thursday was super cool. Arriving and parking and camping in the staff lot. It was really eye-opening seeing the amount of work that goes into even setting things up for the people working the festival. Like, there's workers and staff that show up even earlier to set up for the staff, and there's volunteers, and there's so many things going on behind the scenes, like artist relations, feeding the staff, ADA, which was the team that I was working on. You know, there's so many different departments. There's media, there's green room, there's production, there's so much happening. And it really takes a village, let's just say that for sure. And there's also people at the headquarters. In staff camping, there was like a headquarters tent that was the basis of everything. You could pick up your walkie-talkies, get the keys you needed for your golf carts, check in, all of the things, you know, making sure everyone's accounted for and showing up for their shift. And this is just for a relatively small festival. I believe 1,800 tickets were able to be sold. That was about the capacity. And then you also have to consider the amount of staff. Big Fam, for the second year in a row, takes place on the Groves Campground in Brooklyn, Michigan, which was awesome for many of reasons. We got lucky with the weather. It was kind of hot during the day and it got a little bit chilly at night, but it is September. Well, by the time you're seeing this, it's October. I feel like fall camping festivals are like the perfect thing because you're not like dying in the heat. And this campground was very beautiful, very spacious. It also had a shower building that we were able to shower for free, actually, which was so helpful, especially working staff being there a couple of extra days, you know, just like kind of needing that refreshment. Another cool thing was because people actually live and stay at this campground year round. Everyone who lives on that property gets a free admission into the festival basically, which was kind of cool. That it's just kind of a perk for them for living there. And then also kind of like a thank you for us being able to use their space. Big Fam was broken down into 3 stages. There was the main stage, which was a big open field. The fact that there was no shade was a little bit tough sometimes just because it did get very hot during the day. And for the earlier artists playing from like 2 to 5 even, there's no clouds, you're in the hot sun, and it's very easy to get, you know, a good sunburn.
Then there was the art gallery stage, which was super cool. And I heard that this year they really expanded it. It was a big white tent with literally an art gallery and a stage, which was super cool. I feel like there was a little more of like jam bandy type stuff with like instruments rather than electronic production. And then the Bayou. Mad shout out to Catfish, who is like the brain behind the Bayou. She is the person who created the whole stage, all of the art installations, and the whole vibe of this section of the festival specifically. Also, she was working nonstop doing lighting and the actual production for the stage production. There's a lot of places to hang out and sit. Very nautical themed because it is the Bayou. We're in a swamp. Also, a little about the stages and the timeline. Because of sound ordinance, I felt like, first of all, the main stage wasn't as loud as I was expecting it to be. We really couldn't hear much of it from the ADA stand, even though that wasn't far away. I just was expecting it to be a lot louder to kind of like encapsulate the venue, and it just wasn't. But also because of sound ordinances at, I think it was like midnight maybe, I'll put the information on the screen. The main stage closed and the other stages kind of started back up again. And then the main stage would start back up like at 2 or something like that as a silent disco, which was pretty cool. Definitely a different experience because you aren't really, it's a different type of community vibe when you all have headphones on and you're kind of in your own zone. But also for like the late night party, I feel like that kind of worked out in some ways. It was definitely unique of how the stages kind of played off of each other. Maybe this is always, or maybe it's just because this was a smaller festival. There is definitely some kinks to iron out, and that's not in a bad way. It's just a lot of times you ask one question and you get 5 different answers kind of thing. But it was really empowering working on a team because it was kind of like, oh, I am part of this. I can make those decisions. I can be the person to give you an answer in some ways. Does that make sense? And a lot of things are trial and error, especially when you have different teams working together from year to year, different event spaces from year to year. Like, it's kind of expected that there's going to be some kinks to iron out. I also really loved that there was the opportunity for a lot of like renegade shops and renegade sets. For example, people at their camps were setting up like full sound equipment, full vending with tables and things hanging from their canopies to sell. And a lot of festivals wouldn't allow that, but Big Fam literally is like a big fam, and it's a lot of friends who know each other, and people just really engaged with the community. Because of the way it was set up, there was not a lot of like rules per se. At other camping festivals, specifically Electric Forest is kind of what I'm comparing it to in my head. Like, there's the festival space and then there's camping, and they're separate, right? But here, because it really is one whole event space, people were bringing their coolers, their moon mats, their couches, literally, to the stages, and just, you know, it's one big space and it feels that way. For example, one night I took some drinks and waters and snacks from my camp and just brought it over to the stage. And while that is like possible at other festivals too, like, there's not that separation of like, oh, you can have alcohol at camp, but not in the festival. And I really liked that. I loved that vibe. People were walking around with wagons full of exciting stuff, body shots, things to trade. I think that really added to the community aspect of it all, but also just the ease and the comfortability of the festival. All that to say, I highly enjoyed Big Fam. I can't wait to rate it on my rating scale at the end of the year. And also, I would love to work it again. I felt like I learned a lot, not only about accessibility and options, but also about just running events. And both of those things, I think, are very helpful skills and knowledge to have. I look forward to doing more events like this and working more events like this in the future. Let me know if you are a Big Fam. Let me know if you ever have been, what you think, if you would go based on this video. And keep living large. I'll catch you on the flip.